I have had an abundance of questions over the years on different videos I've done about escaping mount position. And overwhelmingly, one of the top comments is, well, oh yeah, what if he's punching you? None of these are gonna work. And partly that's true, but now,
what if he does this? Do something else.
Just do something. Yeah. Exactly. But so I have a punchy guy here. We got Icy Mike from the Hard to Hurt channel over there. You should already be subscribed, but if you're not, go subscribe to his channel. He's got great stuff.
They're subscribed. They're subscribed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some of your followers.
Yeah.
So he's going to sit on top of me in mount position and punch me. Hopefully not right off the bat, so I can at least talk before I get hit. But I want to show you like some consistencies about how certain things stay the same. Certain things are going to change a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I was figuring we were going to totally talk about all the differences, but there's...
No, I think that it's more important because I want to self-defensify as much possible as I can in my jiu-jitsu training so that I don't have to have two modalities. I don't want to have to be able to go from competition mode to gi mode to no gi to MMA to street fight and have to go through completely different card catalogs in my head. I want to have as consistent a training that checks as many boxes as possible all the time. So I don't have to make all those adaptations on the fly and then have to stop and think about it, and then I'm going to be slower and be late, I'm going to get more injured, right? So let's talk about the mount position, right? First thing is, here's the big thing to keep in mind, and I mentioned this on different videos, right? Nobody lands like this. I don't think I've ever seen this happen in MMA or anywhere, in a street fight, whatever. People land, however he got to the mount, he got here on all fours. So he has to make the effort to actually like either start punching from down or sit up to punch, right? So my escape needs to be preloaded already. I need to not allow him to sit up to begin with. So if we're self-defensifying this a little bit, punch-proofing this position a little bit, I don't need to keep him down, because as long as he's posted on his arm, he's not hitting me with his arms, right? So once here, now the first one I showed, if he's posted on his arms like this and I start to capture this way and then I start to go, then I'm gonna receive as minimal damage from this punch as possible. So I'm taking away two of his posts on this side, I collapse this arm here and I roll over, now I'm gonna block out on the arms. And that didn't change a whole lot from how I'm gonna do that in just straight grappling. Right? Because I'm still going to collapse the post, I'm still going to take away this leg, I'm still going to roll him over that way. I'm bridging up and over. So,
but the punch from the other hand...
Yes.
Well, what about this punch from the other hand? Whoa.
That's true. Yeah, let's see what happens. Well, now wait a second, you changed the...
Oh, yeah.
So we're here. So if like we get to this position, immediately, my hand should be up and guarding. But if he decides that he's going to hit me, then let's say he's right side dominant, right? Because most people are. Then I'm still going to collapse this arm and take him over. Right? I may eat a little shot, but...
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is because I'm thinking people see these things as a little snapshot, this moment in time. You're down there, you're showing this move where you've collapsed this arm down, right?
And if it's me, I'm talking too much.
Yeah, no, you got this one, and they see this and like, oh, they'll get punched right now.
Right.
No, because when I go to punch, I'm getting tossed.
And even so, like let's say I'll concede that you have the ability to hit me on the way over. Well, what kind of stank is on that punch whenever you're rolling you over?
And if the alternative is to stay there and eat more of them.
I think that's the thing that people miss a lot of the time whenever we're talking about comments like that. It's like, well, what if he hits you? He could hit you with that other hand. He could do this. He could do that. Fine, I'll concede all that. But what's better? Yeah. Right? So that's the thing, is what's a better thing from here? Because I've seen some horrible mount escapes, right? Including things where I try to strike him back, and that's the worst thing I can do. He's got gravity on his side. He has better leverage. Look, he's significantly way shorter than I am. But for some reason, he can reach me and I can't reach him. So now I'm fighting up against him. This is my range of motion. He can cock all the way back to the ceiling, right? So this is a horrible proposition for me to think about striking back at him. Why don't you just hit his groin? I've seen that.
Oh my God.
His groin's right there. Just
let's
like
go.
this. Yeah, I'm not trading that.
Let's go. Fair trade.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to eye gouge. I'm not going to try to groin strike. I'm not going to try any pressure points because it's just going to piss him off. And if I weren't already in for a horrible beating, now I am.
How hard do they think that you can hit there?
I don't know. It's a horrible angle too.
Yeah.
Like his junk is pretty protected right here. So
it'd be like trying to punch your own junk. Like punch your own junk right now as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And comment below how much it hurt. It probably wasn't that bad.
I want to see those comments. So yeah, so again, now that's the thing. Like, so if he's here, then that's kind of the answer. So however I collect this arm, whether I collapse it like this, which I think is one of the stronger ways, or it's far enough down to where I collapse like this here. This is also another good one. And either way, I'm still trapping both sides as much as I can. I'm bridging up at an angle, not straight over, so that he can roll it around me. So that's the thing. Now, if I'm late and he does sit up, luckily he was wearing a hoodie today, right? So, so don't fight naked people if you can help it. Have something to grab onto where you can pull him back down to the floor. Now, once he's back down on the floor, either maybe I can collapse this here now. I can go back to this first escape that we did, right? Or the problem that happens with this sometimes though is that when you pull him down this way, he bases really high up. So, so yeah, he's got a strong grip. And now look, I've kind of crossed my center line a little too much. And if he flattens me out, I'm in for some trouble here like this. So you have to train enough and you have to do enough reps to where you recognize where about he's posted on the floor, how close it is to you. So that's a big consideration there. If I do bring him down, he's too far away like that, then rather than going up and trying to pull it back down to me, I can push myself out to the side this way. Now, let's say he stays on top of me here like this, right? But if I'm pushing away from him like this, look at what his posture had to do if he wants to try to stay on top, right? Now I can start going into this kind of stuff. Now, I don't have to go into leg locks and all that because we are talking about self-defense still. It's possible. You can use heel hooks in a street fight. I made a video about that.
But the goal was to not get punched.
The goal is not to get punched.
And you are currently not getting punched.
I'm not getting punched. And I can still do escapes and get myself back up on top, right? So that's a big thing. If I need to get back to my feet and get out of the situation, disengage, or if I need to re-engage, either way, that gives me an opportunity to do it. Now, if he stays flat, widespread, I don't have opportunity to push myself out to the side or collapse this arm down, that's another one. That's where we start to get into our shrimping type escapes. Yeah, he's flat like this, and he's patient, yes, just to land these little short choppy ones that will add up over time, right? So what I need to do in this situation, I'm gonna keep him close to me because two safe places to not get hit too far and too close. Too far is out the window, so I'm hugging around his waist and I can block here like this. As long as I don't follow it way out here, I can block. Now, in the meantime here, once I block this and maybe he's like, I weather the storm enough to where he's not hitting me currently, then I can start to get my leg out, right? If I need help, I can use the second leg. Drop that knee to the floor. Yeah, here. I can start scraping this up. I can do this kind of stuff here and get my leg inside. Now I've got one leg trapped. When I switch to the other side, I'm gonna keep his head close. So if he wants to punch me, he has to punch through his own head. And I'm gonna block out on this side over here now, right? He only wants to
punch through my own head.
Yes, yeah. Your head's protecting my head.
I mean, that would hurt you.
It does. It doesn't feel good, but I'm not getting knocked out from that. So now once we get here on this side, go ahead and bring that knee back up so you can stay on top. Yeah, and I'm blocking this side if I need to the extent that I need to, right? Then I start getting back inside. Now, I'm staying on the bottom position, I'm replacing my guard, but it's gonna get me back to a safer potential position like that, right?
And none of that was different than foundational jiu-jitsu. No. That's just about what you should have been doing, whether I could punch you or not.
Yeah, yeah. So to all the people that I get a lot of comments too about, I train at strictly a sport gym. Like we just do competition, sport, gi or no gi jiu-jitsu. How can I make my training a little bit more capable for a self-defense scenario because I'm concerned about that, but my coach doesn't really talk about it very much. That's how you do it. I mean, you can have your buddy, like after class or before class, put on some gloves, and you can test out the positions that you're already adept in. You can test out the submissions, transitions, everything, and just see where you can get popped, right? And then start plugging those holes. If your jiu-jitsu, I think, is solid, you should check as many boxes as you can. And those four main boxes: gi, no gi, MMA, self-defense. So that's, I think, a way to do it. And if you look at my old mountain skate videos, there's not really anything different that I'm doing right here.
I'd say probably the biggest thing that a guy making the transition from strictly sport to thinking about self-defense is you probably have to be a little more urgent and not like settle into positions and be like, okay, they're mounted. Let me think about what escape I want. Yeah. You have to do it like right then.
Yeah, the priority changes too, because if my priority is I don't want to expose my back, I don't want to extend my limb, I'm worried about submissions over strikes, then you are going to have, like you said, a little different sense of urgency, and you're also going to have a little bit of different movement in the sense of what I'm trying to not expose, right? My primary concern, if you're mount on top of me and you punch me in the face, is how open is my face to that, and how can I like stop that from happening, versus I'm not as concerned about overextending.
Yeah, you might push, whereas typically you'd never push from bottom out. You might push, or you might roll to turtle to scramble to get up. You see it in MMA when they're punching each other all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of give up their back because the alternative is to sit there and get punched.
Yeah, and overwhelmingly, it tends to work a lot of the time.
Better than staying there.
Yeah, it is. So just stand up.
So it's not that different.
It's not that different. No, I think that test this out. You know, live energy, full power. That's right. That's a joke.
You know what the problem is here, Eli? When you act like there's not that huge a difference between sport and self-defense, you have like sort of a moderate viewpoint. When you have a moderate viewpoint, the people at either extreme tend to view you as an extremist for the other side. Yeah. It goes for more than just martial arts.
It goes for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird. It's almost like training to fight is just like training to fight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I appreciate it, brother. And again, if you're not subscribed to Mike's channel over there at Hard to Hurt, go ahead and go do that. You probably already are, and you're probably just like seeing this because I was in one of his videos over there. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that stuff. I appreciate you guys watching the Night Jiu-Jitsu channel.